Hi, I'm Mara Marini. I play Nurse Gretchen in the movie you're about to see, Lady Magdalene's. Our movie stars the original Star Trek's Lieutenant Uhura Nichelle Nichols as Lady Magdalene, Ethan Keogh as Agent Jack Goldwater, Susan Smythe as Agent Cynthia Seagate, Claudia Lynx as Scheherazade, Alexander Wraith as Yassine Salim, Saeed Faraj as Jamal Hosni, and Mark Gilvary playing two different roles, and I won't spoil it by telling you which ones. Lady Magdalene's was written and produced right here in Pahrump by Pahrump writer-director J. Neil Schulman. Our movie used Pahrump locations both inside and outside of the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Gambling Hall, inside the Nye County Courthouse, at the Desert View Medical Center, outside the Winery and Symphony Restaurant. We also shot our action sequences at frontside resorts and training centers, trained our cameras on Las Vegas locations including McCarran Airport, the Federal Courthouse, the FBI Field Office, and Interstate 15. Oh yeah, before we even started, Neil and some friends shot footage from a helicopter overlooking Hoover Dam and also shot some home movies at Hoover Dam when nobody was looking. Good luck figuring out what was shot at Hoover Dam and what was shot at Front Sight. Even one of the producers of Transformers couldn't figure that one out. Lady Magdalene's introduces 10 original songs on its soundtrack, including 2 written by Nichelle Nichols. In showings at film festivals, Lady Magdalene's has picked up awards for Best Cutting Edge Film, Audience Choice, and a special jury prize for Libertarian Ideals. My own experience working on Lady Magdalene's was so much fun. The cast and crew were wonderful. All of the locals were so much fun and wonderful to be around, and everyone was great to work with. It was just a wonderful experience. Neil was a great director. It was a great, great time.
Pahrump, Nevada is a town that likes to style itself as the new Old West. Casino gambling is legal, liquor stores are open 24 hours, and just across the town's borders are 2 houses of legal prostitution. But Pahrump just got a 3rd brothel, only this one exists on the sets of Lady Magdalene's, a new movie currently being shot there. Lady Magdalene stars Star Trek icon Nichelle Nichols in the title role as the madam of a little brothel trying to make it out of tax receivership. To do that, Lady Magdalene brings her working girls out to the parking lot of the Pahrump Nugget Casino and Gambling Hall as her backup singers for a rousing gospel song telling the story of Rahab, the Old Testament prostitute who helped Joshua win the Battle of Jericho. Nichelle Nichols is no stranger to music, having sung with Duke Ellington long before she flew into the final frontier and having been lauded by Parisian music critics as the next Josephine Baker. Pahrump residents were divided on participating in a movie that combines Bible lessons and prostitution. One high school band scheduled to participate in the musical number took one look at the shooting set and loaded back on their bus for a hasty retreat. But others accepted Nichelle Nichols' promise that Lady Magdalene's was family-friendly and joined in the music with choruses of Praise the Lord and Tell It, Sister. This is Ron Chekorowski reporting from Pahrump.
The city was due for a fall, so he spoke to his army, said, let's get them all. Lordy, 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 Lord, Lordy, Lord.
Starting the movie in 10 minutes. You gotta go on right now.
And Lady Magdalene is a movie that was written, produced, and directed by my friend J. Neil Schulman. And we're very excited to have been asked to be part of the film festival. Lady Magdalene is the owner of Lady Magdalene's. She's from New Orleans and was had a brothel in New Orleans until Rita and Katrina, kind of flooded her out, and she picked up her operation and moved to Pahrump, Nevada. And I love saying that, Pahrump. Now, it really isn't about a brothel. Well, the writer, producer, director, J. Neil Schulman, is really a fine writer. I took one look at Lady Magdalene. I said, this is the one you should go with first. Because it's fun, it's a comedy. Well, I came on board not only to star in the role as Lady Magdalene, but as executive producer. And so with Neil, I began to have a hands-on beyond just the character. And they said, I'm already singing 2 songs in the movie. One that he wrote called Rahab the Harlot. And that's a funny one.
It's a great song.
Yeah. We're doing an early Sunday morning church. There are some wonderfully talented young people in the film, and there are a lot of twists and turns in it. Just when you think it's going this way, it jags, and without losing a step, it's still on the same story, but what you thought is going that way, so you got to go that way with it. Yes. And this was our first showing, and we've had some private screenings, and the San Diego Black Film Festival, and now Backlot, which is very, very prestigious, and I'm really delighted. A lot of celebrities are coming to it, and lots of friends. I'm getting calls like crazy. I'm very, very excited.
Now, we met just today about an hour and a half ago.
Right.
So, and one of the reasons we have you here is to talk about the fact that you're going to have a casting call.
That's right. Saturday morning, 9 a.m., we're having an open casting call for both speaking and non-speaking roles at the Pahrump Nugget.
Now, Mark, you're going to play a villain.
Yeah, the director of Al Qaeda, and you could say he's based quite substantially on someone everybody's familiar with.
From 9/11.
From 9/11, yeah. Osama bin Laden.
So have you got a character that's going to play? Is that who you're playing?
That's who I'm playing, believe it or not.
Really?
Right.
When this gentleman offered me the role at first, I said to him, are you serious? But I've been working on an Arabic accent, and at the moment I'm actually working on some dialogue that I will have to speak in actual Arabic. Yeah.
I mean, your facial features are close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few people have actually said that, and since then I've looked, and there are sort of similarities. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, could we make a call to the FBI? We need to check this guy out.
Yeah. Don't probably, there might be people hunting me down at the end of the
Well,
next
listen,
week.
we've had some interesting encounters with Homeland Security on this, because we applied for, we sent our script over to Homeland Security to see if they would cooperate in making this movie. And we got back a letter basically saying, not only are we not going to cooperate in this movie, I guess they didn't like the idea of having a brothel, associated with Homeland Security agents. Not only, but we don't want you to use any of our visual insignia. And of course, that's a whole First Amendment issue, and got us a lot of publicity in the entertainment trades and in the movie trades. And so about a week after we got turned down by the Department of Homeland Security by somebody in their press office, it turned out that the guy in the press office who turned us down was arrested for soliciting sex with an underage girl who was actually another federal agent from another agency, basically, pretending to be an underage girl, and he was arrested and taken off in handcuffs for that. So I guess the Homeland Security Department, or at least this particular gentleman, had a problem with legal sex with women who are of age, and that's why he turned us down.
Hi, I'm Mara Marini. I play Nurse Gretchen in the award-winning suspense comedy Lady Magdalene's, and I'm your host for this video. We're here today with Will Block, President and CEO of Life Enhancement Products and editor of Life Enhancement magazine. Life Enhancement is the exclusive manufacturer and distributor for the nutritional formulations of New York Times best-selling authors Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw. Will, you first watched Lady Magdalene's at its Anthem Film Festival screening, where Lady Magdalene's won a special jury prize for libertarian ideals. Are there libertarian ideals motivating you both in sponsoring this movie and in marketing Life Enhancement's nutritional products?
Yes, there are. Libertarianism at its best is a creative process. Neil Schulman's movie is cleverly comprised so that in any particular moment, you're aware of at least two different perspectives. And this is, to me, a creative involvement that makes it into a significantly different film.
Are there any specific life enhancement products that you'd like to tell our audience about today?
I didn't get enough sleep last evening, and so I could use another memory upgrade and a blast.
How much sleep did you have last night?
About 3.5 hours. But what's worse is that I have been traveling all the way back from Bulgaria, a trip
Oh my gosh.
to California that lasted in the air about 15 hours.
Wow. So you must be a little bit jet lagged.
I am still jet lagged, I'm afraid to say.
So we had to stop taping because you only got 3 hours of sleep last night. But what are you drinking to revive you?
I'm drinking a combination of two products of life enhancement. One is called Blast. This is a specific type of blast. It's a sugar-free blast. We call it Blast 2, which affects the neurotransmission system that has to do with virtually everything that goes on in the mind. Every time you say wow about something, it involves this particular system. Blast is a nutritional formulation that is intended to be consumed as a drink mix, the purpose of which is to enhance proper memory function. Also in this formulation is a product called Memory Upgrade 3. And Memory Upgrade 3 is a choline, taurine, and cofactor formulation that increases the amount of acetylcholine in your brain. That's a sophisticated word for another memory molecule that's involved in concentration and focus.
How can our audience order these products?
Either by going to our website or calling our 800 number, 1-800-543-3873.
To wrap up, how can our audience members subscribe to Life Enhancement Magazine?
Either call us at our 800 toll-free number, 1-800-543-3873, or go to our website where you can sign up on our homepage for a free subscription.
Will Block, thank you so much for being with us today.
With your special movie discount from already factory low prices, Blast 2 is just $24.77 for 44 servings. That's only 55 cents per serving. The price of Memory Upgrade 3 is just $37.77 for 90 servings. That's less than 42 cents per serving. These delicious, naturally fruit-flavored and sugar-free drink mixes can start enhancing your memory function now. When ordering by phone, be sure to say, "Special movie offer" to get your discount. And remember, a subscription to our magazine Life Enhancement delivered monthly to your home, office, or email inbox is always absolutely free of charge.
This always works. Absolutely, it always works. But I train a lot, so I train my mouth. So it's whatever you want to do. Okay? All right, one more time.
This is not an actress. This is an actual trainer at Frontside, Nevada.
Okay? Actually, you can just put in an empty magazine and run the slide to the rear. It's just always an opportunity for me to run that slide, work that slide line. Okay, so we'll trip our trigger. Now we'll have you point in, hard focus on the front sight, press, dead trigger, look and move. Now, let's say that magazine doesn't come out, okay? We'll come out, we'll access the fresh magazine. As we come up, it's not dropping. So I'll take that pinky finger, press that slide release, strip it out into the new one, put that slide lever home. Just like that.
Good shot here. There you go.
Here, let me zoom in on you.
Excellent.
Perfect. Thank you. Could you do that draw again? Yes. Perfect. Thank you so much.
We hook the student up on a trolley. They zip down the zip line. It's a gravity brake system, so they come to rest just by gravity. We lift the scissors lift, pluck them off the line, send the next student. So that's, again, a the zip line stuff.
And that's something that's safe enough that we can put our actors on without having to worry about stunt doubles.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, your actors won't have any problem with that. We send children and grandmothers off all the time.
Great.
The world-famous chicken ranch in Pahrump, Nevada is the model for our fictitious Lady Magdalene's, and its manager invited us in to do location shooting. In an average week, the chicken ranch has between half a dozen and a dozen women, and this is their home. Our star, Nichelle Nichols, will be premiering a brand new 1930s-style big band song in Lady Magdalene's, Rahab the Harlot. Daniel May, who you're hearing perform this song, is the film composer for Lady Magdalene's. However, I wrote this song.
This is the story of an ancient starlet. Her name was Rahab, and she was a harlot. She lived in Jericho, her digs on the wall. But when it came time for husbands, she had 'em all. Rahab, the Jericho beauty. Rahab, she knew her duty. Rahab, the one with the bod. But when it came to the point, 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 she gave her faith to our God.
Hi, I'm Mara Marini. I play Nurse Gretchen in the award-winning suspense comedy Lady Magdalene's, and I'm your host for this video. We're here today with Will Block, President and CEO of Life Enhancement Products and editor of Life Enhancement magazine. Life Enhancement is the exclusive manufacturer and distributor for the nutritional formulations of New York Times best-selling authors Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw. Will, you first watched Lady Magdalene's at its Anthem Film Festival screening, where Lady Magdalene's won a special jury prize for libertarian ideals. Are there libertarian ideals motivating you both in sponsoring this movie and in marketing Life Enhancement's nutritional products?
Yes, there are. Libertarianism at its best is a creative process. Neil Schulman's movie is cleverly comprised so that in any particular moment you're aware of at least two different perspectives. And this is, to me, a creative involvement that makes it into a significantly different film.
Are there any specific Life Enhancement products that you'd like to tell our audience about today?
I didn't get enough sleep last evening, and so I could use another memory upgrade and a blast.
How much sleep did you have last night?
About 3.5 hours. But what's worse is that I have been traveling all the way back from Bulgaria, a trip to California that lasted in the air about 15 hours.
Wow. So you must be a little bit jet lagged.
I am still jet lagged, I'm afraid to say.
So we had to stop taping because you only got 3 hours of sleep last night. But what are you drinking to revive you?
I'm drinking a combination of two products of Life Enhancement. One is called Blast. This is a specific type of blast. It's a sugar-free blast. We call it Blast 2, which affects the neurotransmission system that has to do with virtually everything that goes on in the mind. Every time you say wow about something, it involves this particular system. Blast is a nutritional formulation that is intended to be consumed as a drink mix, the purpose of which is to enhance proper memory function. Also in this formulation is a product called Memory Upgrade 3. And Memory Upgrade 3 is a choline, taurine, and cofactor formulation that increases the amount of acetylcholine in your brain That's a sophisticated word for another memory molecule that's involved in concentration and focus.
How can our audience order these products?
Either by going to our website or calling our 800 number, 1-800-543-3873.
To wrap up, how can our audience members subscribe to Life Enhancement Magazine?
Either call us at our 800 toll-free number, 1-800-543-3873, or go to our website where you can sign up on our homepage for a free subscription.
Will Block, thank you so much for being with us today.
With your special movie discount from already factory low prices, Blast 2 is just $24.77 for 44 servings. That's only 55 cents per serving. The price of Memory Upgrade 3 is just $37.77 for 90 servings. That's less than 42 cents per serving. These delicious, naturally fruit-flavored and sugar-free drink mixes can start enhancing your memory function now. When ordering by phone, be sure to say, "Special movie offer" to get your discount. And remember, a subscription to our magazine Life Enhancement delivered monthly to your home, office, or email inbox is always absolutely free of charge.
You're working on this film where
No, you should have a title come up with our names on it. Down here.
That'll be done in post.
Okay. And then over here, Alexander.
Ethan Ender.
You know, he just booked the role of the newspaper boy in Spider-Man 3. This guy's gonna be huge.
I'm on
He's
deck.
got this line, it goes like this. What was that?
It's more like that. Spider-Man.
I play Agent Jack Goldwater in the film, which is a really fun role because he's a federal air marshal turned IRS agent turned adjunct brothel manager. It's a bit of a fish out of water story, really, as I see it. He's a guy who's trained all his life to be in law enforcement, and he's kind of thrown into this position where he's expected to run a brothel, which is not something I think that most law enforcement people tend to think about.
Have you had any interesting experiences or difficulties, considering that we're filming out here in the desert?
It's like most days it's 112 degrees. I got up to go for a run yesterday morning. My call time was 6 a.m. or something. I got up to go for a run. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and the sun was just peeking out. And I go to my car to get my my watch, and it's like 96 degrees at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and the sun's not even out yet. It's like a little too hot for me. But it's great. I mean, it's great getting to work with Nichelle Nichols. I'm a big nerd. I grew up watching Star Trek. I still watch Star Trek. And I was doing a scene yesterday with Nichelle, and all that was supposed to happen in the scene is that we're supposed to be sitting there listening. And she started to improv this dialogue, and at one point went to get us a drink, and she came out and she said, "This is the best stuff I have. This is Saurian brandy." I was like, yes, the Saurian brandy. I'm drinking Saurian brandy with Nichelle Nichols. Nothing could be more awesome.
Not many people can say that.
I don't know anyone else who can say that. I'm the only one I know. So I feel lucky. Quite lucky.
Hi, my name's Michele Redmond. I am from Las Vegas here. I go by the name of Eden, and I have a little bit of a different involvement in this movie than the rest of the actors, because I actually am a licensed legal working girl in the state of Nevada, and I am one of the consultants that Neil worked with in his research and learning about the brothel business and how things work. I was working at the Chicken Ranch in Pahrump, which is a legal brothel, and Neil came in and wanted to talk to several of us, wanted to know if there were any volunteers that would be willing to speak to him about the industry from the inside and maybe give him some interesting scenarios and talk about some things that have happened. And we actually had a good time talking with him and spending several months with him while he was doing this research. So I didn't hear from him for a while, and one day he called me up and said, "Hey, I am going to go ahead and do this movie that I was working on. Would you be interested in being part of it?" And I thought, wow, that's kind of interesting. And so he told me that they were casting for several of the parts, and he wanted to know if I'd be interested in playing myself, that he had written the actual character of Eden into the script. And the character basically was based on me. So I thought, wow, that's quite interesting. I would love to play myself. I just hope I do a good job. So, let me see what I can tell you about myself. I am from Louisville, Kentucky. I've been out in Vegas for several years, and I have been a legal working girl in the state of Nevada for almost 4 years. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing experience. And I currently am working at the Bunny Ranch in Carson City, and I am one of the girls that's in the TV show Cat House on HBO. I have not a whole lot of professional film experience in this aspect, but I'm a porn girl, so being in front of the camera is not an issue to me, and this is actually quite simple compared to what I'm used to doing. So it's been a very interesting challenge, and it's been quite a learning experience. I wouldn't have changed a thing. What are you doing?
How hot is this girl? How hot is this girl right now? Star of the movie.
J. Neil Schulman, genius or madman? I think the answer is yes. Now, you probably aren't as familiar with my thespic work as you are with my written work. Of course, I conceived and co-wrote Liar Liar, starring Jim Carrey. I co-wrote The Little Rascals. I co-wrote Heartbreakers. And now, I'm in Pahrump, squinting into a video camera, talking about my experiences on Lady Magdalene's. This is a one-of-a-kind film because the sequel hasn't been written yet. I have nothing else to say.
In this movie, you did some of your own stunts.
All of my own stunts.
Okay.
All.
Describe some of the ones that you did.
Okay. I jumped out of a tunnel with I was attached by dental floss to these bags, and my friend Joe held me up.
I'm just wondering if you realize that when you're doing the car stunts,
yeah,
that the right front tire of that car, either because of what you were doing or maybe beforehand,
yeah,
it was grossly underinflated, and if you had done that stunt a couple more times, it probably would have come off the rim and you would have rolled the car.
But that would have been part of the film.
So describe the zipline sequence.
Oh, the zipline sequence where I almost got killed, that part? Where it got tangled?
Yeah, was there more than one?
Oh, yeah. I almost got killed because what happened was we got stuck because we were connected together. We got stuck, we got tangled up, we were going down, we were screaming, yelling, it was nuts. You guys are going to like it. I think it'll be in the outtakes.
I'm here with writer, director, producer, and actor, J. Neil Schulman. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Mara.
Could you tell us a little bit about your experience on working on Lady Magdalene's? What was your favorite moment, or?
Well, I have to say, I've never been a crack addict, but I imagine that making movies is an addiction worse than crack. It's just a peak experience. Making a movie has so many different elements that have to come together, and so many different creative challenges. It's really very, very satisfying when you manage to do things you've never done before. This was my first time directing a movie. It was my first time in post-production editing a movie, and what I really discovered on this film is that everything's backwards. You know, I started out as a screenwriter, and I thought that writing a screenplay is what makes the movie. Well, it isn't. The authoring of the movie, I've also been a novelist and short story writer. As a filmmaker, I discovered that what felt most like writing a novel was what we do in the editing bay, the cutting together of the movie and the post-production. And what you learn in post-production is what you as a director failed to do when you were on the set, failed to deliver to the guys in the editing bay. And as a director, you really find out what the screenwriter failed to give you when you actually have to be on the shooting set. So everything is backwards. You know, the authoring happens in the editing bay, and when you have that experience, that lets you know for the next time what you need to do as a director, which lets you know for the next time what you need to do as a screenwriter.
Thank you so much for being with us today. This was so great to finally interview you. And that's a wrap.
Mongol, so it was really no problem.
Yeah. We had Samurai Zen pain control with us. all good to go. But listen, watch this movie. You guys are gonna freaking love it. Watch it. Watch the movie. Watch the movie. Watch the movie if you ever see it.
And what was the name of that movie?
Here is our suspense comedy, Lady Magdalene's. We hope you enjoy watching it as much as we enjoyed making it.